Welcome to Phantom Elite Paranormal. Join us on our explorations of the odd and weird, from ghost hunting to just exploring the creepy, the occult, and the strange stories we come across. We aren't actors or the average ghost hunter, this is the real deal.
Try to use the Ouija board here, and we actually got some of our equipment out. We got the EMF detectors going, we got laser grid set up. Just laser grid just in case we can see any type of shadows that might be moving around the room if something would happen to show up. We're also aware of the, what is it?
Ideomotor effect.
Ideomotor effect, which that's a psychological phenomenon that causes you to do it like reflex. Yeah,
involuntary movements.
Right. Example that is given is like when you actually cry for an emotional reason. You're not making yourself cry. It's not something you can physically do. It's just like a reflex, and that's what a lot of scientific explanation for the Ouija board is that people are actually moving the cursor, even if they're not trying to move it. Subconsciously they are moving it. So that's kind of the same with like pendulums and things like that. So we're gonna try to use it and see if we get any spikes, and we're gonna be videotaping it and see what comes of it.
Yeah, we're also doing an EVP session at the same time too. So
right.
You said you've seen a shadow before we started.
Yeah, we have a mirror over here on the wall that is just a regular mirror. And about 5 minutes before we started taping, there's nobody else in the room except me and Brian. We weren't moving, and I thought I saw just like a shadow of somebody's head. Because that's about the height it's at, moving through it. And I didn't say anything about it because I thought it was just a trick of my mind or whatever. And we actually happened to look down at the EMF detectors here and stuff.
Yeah, they're still at 700. They were at 300.
Yeah, they were spiking about like 200 points above what they were. So it's kind of weird. A little side note. I mean, nothing concrete, but.
Alrighty. Well, anybody, anything particular, like a loved one that you'd like to contact, maybe? Only like maybe questions that only you would know, or is that too personal?
I can't really think of anybody offhand that I can think of any questions that would be relevant.
Okay. Well, we never know. Something could just pop on. But, to have something in particular mind, otherwise we're just going to have whatever just pop on here. So, I'm going to try to do this left-handed. I haven't played the Ouija boards, I don't know, it's a good 15 years now. It was part of my occult practices when I was younger, so, So we'll see what happens here. All right, what you do is just put your hand on here, lightly. We can move it around just to get the feel for it first. Get it moving, and you can tell that I'm moving it now.
Yeah.
You can just feel the movements that I do with it. Right. All right.
Is that 8? H. Y. E. X. It doesn't really make any sense at all.
Are you just testing yourself out on the board? What is your name?
W. We. M. What the hell? E. V. Yeah.
Seems gibberish.
Well. What language are you speaking?
Hello? Are you there? Did he upset you? Are you in this room still? Is there something else in this room now? Are you here? Sticking?
I don't know. Doesn't really seem to be.
Weird. Sticky or something.
I know, it does feel that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I didn't. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
So I seen this thing on what, Zozo or something, and I seen this chick. She kind of like went into like a convulsion seizure, and like I don't know. I mean, I seen some weird stuff on here before. I mean, seen the glass shoot across, would, have like 5-10 people on this thing, and it would just shoot across the room, and the shot glass shattered. And it was, I don't know if someone was pushing down on it so hard that it just was shooting, but it looked weird, like how it happened.
You using a shot glass at that time too?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And these are actually homemade boards. It wasn't any of the Parker Brothers versions.
Okay.
This one's pretty old. This one's from the 60s. It's one of the, well, not the original. There's another type that's completely wooden.
Oh.
Whoa.
No.
Is there more than the wooden one? Oh, that kind of like yanked
Right?
my hand that way. Are you angry with me?
What?
That was weird. He just like stopped.
Yeah. Do you like this board? No? See? I see Gick no see L O clock. Is that what you said? M B M U. You make any sense out of this?
No.
No? Me neither.
You never told us your name. Would you like to tell your name?
Is that an M? Is there a bump on there?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I can just stop.
Shouldn't it was like on my wall forever.
Right? It's like a Y. Yeah, that's a Y.
Why was it on my wall forever? Is that the question?
M.
How many spirits are here?
Two. Does the other one want to talk? So that's a yes or a B?
I don't know.
That's kind of...
I had this thing once when I was doing this. I came up with an idea to like contact a loved one. It was like throwing a picture underneath the board itself, giving more of the connection to that being, and having a soul circle around, being inside it with a soul circle, and having it, trying to amplify just that spirit itself, your loved one. I always thought of it as like a filter.
Right.
Like I don't know, spiritual filter. There's only your only loved ones would come through. I don't know, maybe down the road or something. Phone just shut down.
Yeah. We'll try switching hands here once.
I don't know, I guess over the years, I don't know, it made me more spoiled with the ghost box, I think. Like,
Right.
makes it so much more entertaining than this, that's for sure. Can you show us that you're here, maybe? Like, you see these lights and stuff on the side of us? Fluctuating numbers? Could you make them go up higher, maybe? I mean, I do have those defenses up too. I mean, nothing really too evil is going to come into the room. I actually have protection seals up throughout my room. There's one on the door. I have my room pretty much, the house actually, complete barrier. I have people that try putting spells on me. I have my own little war thing going on with people, wanting to hurt me and keep your hand on there. I don't know. I'm pretty well protected. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I think I keep it around for a minute. Just particular seals.
Memento?
Memento. I can't even say it.
Memento.
I had a long day. I worked really. That's freaking heat. It's crazy. But I don't know. I'd say I don't know. There is this stuff that a lot of stuff that I've seen as a kid, and as I grew up around this stuff. This is all I do, and just. I mean, I'm not afraid of it whatsoever. But. Like I say, I actually have to have those seals up because they'll come and bug me. They'll come and poke me and wake me up. Sometimes they don't look very well. Their hands and feet, hands and parts of their heads are missing. And I gotta say though, having spirit protection seals up, I should say talismans, but they're more just because of what we do too. I mean, I keep them around.
We've had stuff follow us home from investigations multiple times.
And then you talk to another team that actually oh no, that's never. Maybe they don't know where to find it. Maybe it's happening, they just don't know.
Well, the other night you were texting me after one of the cases.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about that a little bit?
It was the Ridgeway. I think it was the Ridgeway.
Yeah.
The seals didn't work that time. There was a few of them that came here. They looked like they were burned. They had like was a little girl. And it felt like only a few could come into my house at a time. They couldn't but they were pretty powerful. I mean, it was storming up at night and just wanting us to go back.
I think there was solar flares going on that day too, if I remember right. But
I had enough power to get through my stuff.
You were texting me about it, that you were feeling presences here and stuff, and as you text me about it, I kind of start to notice a possible presence at my house also.
Yeah, I text you and I'm like, it's in the kitchen, and I'm like,
yeah. I originally replied, I'm like, I don't feel anything here. And just as I sent that message out, something fell in the kitchen, and there was nobody else in my kitchen, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the living room. And just as that thing fell, I looked down at my phone, and you had sent me that you thought it was in my kitchen for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dog starts howling and stuff, and it was kind of weird.
You'd say it was at the exact same time I actually text you when you...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see your text until after I looked back down at the phone from looking up when the thing fell in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a mental picture of a couple of spirits that after we compared notes, they were the same type looking spirits pretty much. So.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to be trying all different kinds of weird things. We're going to actually do that light as a feather, stiff as a board. I've seen things levitate before, but this particular thing I've never really done myself. I know Nicole has done it, and she gotten people up pretty high, I guess.
So what do you think the mechanics behind that is?
I'd actually think it would be more like a mental focusing.
Some monk type stuff, or?
No, I would actually say more like just focusing your mind on making something light with your mind. I mean.
So do you think it might be possible to actually levitate?
Maybe we're all hypnotizing each other.
While somebody's doing it,
and then we're looking at it.
And that's what you see.
That's what we're seeing. Maybe they're still on the ground.
That's interesting.
And having a camera there to see it.
Or prove or disprove.
Like if we're screaming like, oh my God, she's 5 feet off the ground.
And it's just laying there.
And they're still laying there. I mean, I know I could hypnotize somebody to say, hey, you can levitate. And in their head, they are really, truly levitating.
If we can actually get this levitation thing down pat, though, that would save a lot of gas money if we just travel that way.
Yeah, it's a lot of concentration to get something that big up, though.
Well, you don't even need the car, then.
Yeah. I
don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Scientifically, I think it's more of a mental thing.
Right.
I mean, I know that there's so much stuff that you can do to somebody through subliminal messages and direct hypnosis.
Right. And there's group hypnosis too. I mean, you can.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like you said, it could be maybe unintentionally somehow when people do get results, it's just they all kind of end up getting hypnotized. Well, we had that instance where we were trying to hypnotize somebody one time that we started like getting drowsy because it was taking so long. So I mean, you can almost hypnotize yourself too, probably.
I'm saying though, because we're repeating ourselves so many times.
Right.
And then I can see it actually programming into all of our minds at once, a group hypnosis.
Right.
And getting us all to fly up there. You know, I mean, I could see that happening.
Right.
As for it actually working, like...
Yeah, physically I don't see how that could be possible.
You know, that's defying gravity, like, completely.
Right. And the fact that, like, kids do it and stuff, I mean, it seems like, I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like little kid stuff, you know, and it's, you know, that you did it when you were a kid, and, you know, a lot of people, you know, the same thing with the Ouija board, you know, it's either you believe it or you don't, really. That's it. But
Yeah, I would also like to try that, that film thing.
what's that?
Get like the actual roll of film, you know, it comes like the little black tube.
Right.
Yeah, and actually, when we go to some location, actually, you know, set it there if it we're having, you know, results that may be haunted, and actually
I don't know.
encourage it.
Well, did they debunk that as that the only people that I know that could do it was that family?
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was debunked by Fact or Faked.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had a photo.
I must have missed
expert
that.
there and try to. I mean, they could do it exposure,
Right.
exposing it to the sun or something. Anyway, we're gonna be doing little tiny things here and there. Ouija boards, old folklore like Bloody Mary, and that's more of a mental thing too, I think. That Bloody Mary thing, it's more of a psyching yourself out.
Well, now see something. My theory on something like Bloody Mary, not necessarily Bloody Mary in particular, but I do believe. I mean, I've read enough stuff on it that if enough people believe in one thing and keep feeding mentally to that belief, it can actually become something. I mean, there's actually, like, you know, witchcraft and stuff out there that's actually part of it. It's actually, you know, you can actually create entities and stuff just by...
Well, that goes into our little conversation with Trumpus and that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we kind of got into that subject on that too. With, you know, it kind of takes on its own form after so long.
Yeah. Alright, well, it wasn't really productive, I guess, but...
Thank you for watching Phantom Elite Paranormal, and thank you Brian and Jesse. Here is some food for thought. Real or not, the Ouija board has a subconscious psychological effect that can impact someone so deep that yes, it can be dangerous. Remember, if you believe hard enough, sometimes things happen, the mind can make it so.